Hello? Hello? Cat people? Blue cat people, you can come back. Look, I got over what you tried to do to me with your tail. It's fine. You just gotta warn someone ahead of time before you just whip that thing out there. Ugh. I smell a camera. Oh, hello. Welcome to Disney's Pandora, World of Avatar, at Disney World, Animal Kingdom. Or, this spot in VR chat I'm recording in. That's a somewhat reasonable facsimile. Yeah, I saw Avatar the 3rd. I never actually saw Avatar the 2nd. I watched a recap video. Oh, I'm happy I did that before getting dragged to this thing. So, some context. I saw the first one in theaters eons ago. It was okay. It's Dances with Wolves, but with blue alien 9-foot blue alien cat people. It's fine. It's okay. It is what it is. I did not think much of it beyond, well, that's technically impressive and kind of pretty. And I didn't think about it again for decade plus. The second one of these came out. I did not bother seeing it. The third one came out this year, and I got drugged to it because a relative apparently really liked the second movie, and could swear that I went with him to the theater. I did not. I don't know who she saw this with. She might have imagined this movie, for all I know. Anywho, so I went to the third one, which is Avatar, Fire and Ash. Ashley Simpson, that was a celebrity that existed. What did I think? Well, considering I didn't see the second movie, I didn't miss that much with the recap. The recap didn't just cover. The second movie was apparently just the first movie again. So, first movie. Dude goes to an alien civilization, integrates into it, becomes one of the Na'vi. Some stuff happens. They're an alien race of 9-foot blue cat people that can have hair sex because they have like a hair tentacle in their hair. That happens. It makes $1 billion. It's in 3D. It's kind of pretty. Second movie. Apparently, it's just dude integrates into a different alien society. This time, the wet people of this planet. And him and his wife and his bunch of annoying low children integrate into their society. He becomes the best of them, has to lead them into battle, just like the first movie. Stuff happens. Yada, yada, yada. Makes another $1 billion. Third movie. Slightly different. In that this is completely here to wrap up the plot lines of two side characters. Because our main plot is not resolved. I'm going to say that outright right at the start. This is a 3.5-hour movie, and your main conflict does not get resolved. This movie does not have an ending. Well, an important ending, anyways. There's an ending. It's stupid, but it's here exactly to wrap up two side characters' plot lines. That's it. Nothing of other consequence happens, and you could basically skip this entire movie. Aside from the fact that the only other major development is the bad guy gets a girlfriend. They're the best part of the movie because they're entertaining. Everything else in this movie is not entertaining because it is boring. It's not bad, but it's boring. It is stock. Boring characters. Boring generic plot. A lot of the, let's say, context of native people and the white man integrating into them historically doesn't go great, and this whole series is playing with that imagery, and it doesn't look particularly good. It didn't look good with the movie that's basically has been more or less ripping off the entire time, Dances with Wolves. It didn't look great then. It still don't look great now. So if you look at this with any kind of a smidge of analyzation regarding that, this looks really bad. Increasingly so with each movie. But I'm not going to get into that. Because that's out of my pay grade. And I'm not getting paid for these things. Me making money on YouTube. Nope. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, movie's dumb. So you have Jake Sully and his wife and his annoying low children are basically just recovering from the previous film's events, which basically wrapped up as, well, we're cool with the water people now. We're basically part of their tribe. We lost one of our annoying children, but not a great loss. One of our kids is broken up about it. The other kids, not so much. The baby don't care. And the other sister is busy being the special because reasons. And she's like Sigourney Weaver reincarnated, but not quite. Plus Immaculate Conception because of the planet. It's stupid. A lot of things are stupid in this movie. Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. Several minutes in. 3.5 hour movie. I'm not gonna be kind here. My ass was hurt at the end of this thing. 3.5 hour movie. The bad guy from the first movie, who was a big, angry, evil military man who was generic, but, you know, the actor's fun, so he was okay. He got killed off at the end of the first movie. He was in a big mecha with a giant, tiny mech suit he was in a big mech suit, so he'd be on the same scale as the cat people, and a tiny little Bowie knife with his giant mech instead of, you know, using a gun in the main fight, but, you know, semantics. He did. But apparently in the second movie, they brought him and some of his army buddies back by putting their personality copy and downloading it into another alien cat body for reasons. And I guess it looked like he was killed in the second movie, but not really, and he's just back again here, and nothing of consequence happened. So he's picking back up trying to kill Jake Sully, or at least bring him in for the whole, you know, betraying the human race thing that he's basically done for a while now. The humans are still wanting to go to Pandora and strip mine it for all the resources, and the word of the day for this movie is whale goo, because apparently all these alien whales are super full of this super goo that's super good for something. I remember the first movie had unobtainium, which is still the all-timer for stupid MacGuffin names. Honestly, I respect unobtainium because it's so damn stupid of a term. I don't even remember what they call the whale jism in this one. Anyways. So there's a whole bunch of whales who were friendly with some of them, and one of his one kid that's sad they got the brother killed is friends with the whale, but the other whales are pissy at that whale for, you know, fighting back from the whole getting whaled. Whalers on Pandora. Ba-da-da-da-da. That song loses that kind without saying the moon. So that's happening. And we get introduced to our villainess, whose name I forget, but she is just the fire lady. Fire alien cat lady has a whole tribe of Na'vi who are the bad ones, the evil ones, because they look like vampires, so they cover with ash and such, and they look evil. And they have and there's a party of raiders, and they get involved, and then our villain guy, our army man, sees this piece of Na'vi lady ass and goes, I want that. And that's his entire plot arc for the movie of getting himself a girlfriend, a native girlfriend. And you can read into that all you like. At least they're entertaining. They are a fun, evil couple. So there's at least something going on there. They're kind of fun to watch. This movie's best and honestly only good joke: they fuck in a tent. Army dude comes out of the tent covered with body paint from her during their fucking. No one says anything about it. He just comes out of that tent looking super smug, and he looks like he just fucked a clown. Kind of funny. But yeah, that's our main plot. There's also resolving the stuff with the special girl, because she can talk to the Na'vi god in the tree in the ocean, and they're like super tsundere and not wanting us to talk when they just, and she's been trying to talk to him the whole movie, and yada yada yada. And there's also Spider. Yes, I'm going to steal a Nostalgia Critic joke, I'm sorry. Spider is the son of the bad guy is a human. He apparently went native and stayed with Na'vi away from the army people. Because Pandora has a toxic atmosphere to humans, he has to wear a mask all the time. So the part of this movie's plot, his plot line is basically getting that resolved because, well, if you're going to have the character running around with an oxygen mask the whole movie, you got to event that becomes a problem, and the movie just figures out how to resolve that, which is, well, the special girl just asks her plant god, hey, can you fix this? And the plant god does by filling him completely with plant material and alters his biology to where he can breathe the atmosphere now. And he also starts to grow one of the hair tentacles because fuck it, why not? That's how his plotline gets resolved. Like, well, now there's no longer a problem, so good for him. It's a problem for the plot because now, if the humans can back engineer how the Na'vi god did that, that means the humans could get onto Pandora without the breathing air, without the atmosphere issue. That would be bad. And that would be bad. And yada yada yada. I don't care. This is a 3-hour movie of finger wagging at the human race for being bad. Like, I know this. I've known this for a while. This is the third movie going on about this. This movie's messaging is about as deep as a Captain Planet episode. I get it. At least be fun when you're doing this crap. Be Captain Planet. Can we get a billion-dollar Captain Planet franchise? Don Cheadle's not doing anything right now. Like, get him to do it again. He'd be fun. He had fun turning people into trees. I'd watch a 3-hour movie of him turning people into trees. That'd be cool. Why am I here again? Oh yeah, this movie sucked. Yeah, did I hate it entirely? No, because it was pretty. This is an incredibly pretty-ass movie because this is a movie where the art department and the art direction have unlimited budget and are told to just go hog wild. So you have gorgeous visuals throughout, top-of-the-line special effects. Everything is technically impressive and gorgeous looking. There are some good design work in here. There's like flying boats that have like jellyfish as the air bladder on the back. That's cool. It's a pretty movie. There's at least visual stimulation happening for the entire 3 hours. James Cameron still knows how to at least stage an action scene, so when the action scenes do happen, you can follow along with what's happening. There are some good moments during them because it's an action scene. He still knows what he's doing with that. He's forgotten what he's doing with everything else regarding plot and pacing and characterization and yada yada yada. But at least he still knows how to do an action scene. So there's at least that. Apparently he's getting bored making these, I guess. So maybe he'll go back to doing Terminators. I'm sure we don't get something as crappy as Dark Fate again. That franchise is dead. Sadness. Yeah. This is a skip, I guess. Like, if you saw either of the two previous ones, you've seen this third one. There's not much here. You could literally skip this and read just a napkin with some notes for this movie if they do a fourth or a fifth one. This movie, bad guy gets girlfriend. Spider can breathe the Pandora air now. Special Sigourney Weaver girl is fine now and resolve her getting God to say hi plotline. And Sully and his wife are have kind of trauma bonded over the dead kid thing, ish. Not really. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Next time I'm in Florida, I'll try to go back to the theme park. That's a little more. At least that's physically in front of me where I can touch the plastic plants. Anyway, these look deliciously toxic. I'm gonna eat these plants. Maybe I'll have some pretty visuals as I'm being poisoned. Bye. Go away. Toxic plant.